Head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, love the show. Long-time viewer, call often. I just want to say everybody's bagging on Jed Wills. What about if the Browns moved Bitonio to left tackle, bring in the guy that they just brought back, Michael Dunn, put him at right guard and keep DeJuan Jones at right tackle, or move him to left tackle and move Dunn to right tackle? All I know is that Jed Wills is lazy and he's not very good at what he does. He stood around and watched T.J. Watt just scoop and score. He didn't even make an effort. He's not really worth the money that they're paying him. And also, it sucks for Nick Chubb, man. That's horrible. Do you think that was a dirty hit? Because it sure looked like he went straight for the knee on that tackle. Go Browns.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. We've already, Trevor, we talked about it. We heard from Minkah Fitzpatrick. I do not think that was a dirty hit at all. It was one of those bang-bang plays. If he's a split second later, Chubb's leg isn't planted, and he probably, he gets banged up, and that's about it.
Yeah.
As far as moving, I don't think you move a guy that is probably one of, if not the best left guard to tackle, trying to fix. You've now lessened 2 or 3 spots along the offensive line instead of dealing with the problem that you have one spot on the offensive line.
Yeah, and this is what training camp and preseason are for. You're supposed to figure out who the best 5 offensive linemen are. And if they've determined that these are their best 5, they're better off just sticking with it and just saying to the guys, basically challenging the guys in the locker room and saying it's got to be better. Because you're right, sometimes you have offensive linemen that have really great flexibility. I think Joel Bitonio is one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. Obviously, I think that he could survive out at left tackle if you wanted to move him over there. But then, you're juggling all sorts of stuff. You definitely don't want to do that to a rookie, right? You don't want to switch sides for DeJuan Jones because he played right tackle at Ohio State, so he's already trying to figure out his own game at right tackle at the NFL level. You don't want him to move over to left. I don't think that's something that they could do. And it's just really tough to play musical chairs along the offensive line once the regular season has started, especially for a team that has as tough of a schedule as the Cleveland Browns do, because you can't really afford to say, all right, we're going to make a change at offensive line, and then you have to give yourself time for the chemistry with these guys to get to where it is to where you're winning a football game. But how long is that going to take? 3-4 weeks? You can't just mail in 3 weeks and say, we didn't play well, but, we're shuffling the offensive line. We're going to be fine. That second half push of the season, even if you are maybe your best version, it might be too late. So unless it's a catastrophic failure on the offensive line, which I don't think we're there yet, I think they kind of went into the year thinking that these are their best 5, and you got to stick with it.
Yeah, and to the caller's point, Jed Wills, and we said it last segment, he has to play better. I mean, he's a first-round pick. He has to be better.